single-handedly beat M80. Not even through tactics. They were in a bunch of disadvantages. And their individuals, Marsborne, a new organization with players looking for that redemption, almost beat M80. And Nouns should be shaken in their boots.
Yeah, I mean, and then you got to mention, you know, the setup here. You talked about Monoman. He's been playing incredibly well in some of these deep runs. But then Chop, who I think is just such an incredible supportive element to any team that he is on. I mean, you look at the amount of times his teammates are getting kills off the back of his flashes, and those are effective flashes. It's incredibly valuable.
Beautiful.
But, you know, minus doing what we said he was going to do, and Grizz on the other side of the map, trying to replicate that success. They push on both extremities, and Rush will be able to at least punish and catch one of those plays. But in the meantime, Wolfie did get a pick as well.
Yeah, Wolfie, I believe, just took a pot shot out of... Was that even A main? I didn't even see it happen.
Maybe through middle?
Yeah, maybe through the window in middle. So we have a 3-player grouping here for Nouns on the B site. 2 players, Wolfie as well. One of them, and he just swings for the headshot. Smoking. Oh, Wolfie firing well with the pistols. And Rush will just fall victim. Okay, Wolfie, talk about the riflers. Don't need those. Wolfie's got it done himself.
Yeah. The palm of his hand right there. Beautiful round for Wolfie. Starts it off there, you know, facilitated a little bit by the aggression from Minus. He gets himself a freebie, but they don't even have to really take damage other than Grizz, who gets caught with his back turned. Everyone else just so quickly connected on by Wolfie and Minus for that matter. Minimal damage taken here. You're just going to have to full save. Got Junior on a deagle. That's about all here for Nouns.
I swear that's like the NA thing, is you just convince everyone should buy a deagle, no armor. Instead of, oh, well, see you later to the deagle.
And then now, and then now Rush picks it up.
Whoa, he's got it this time. Wolfie is long gone, and Grizz is just gonna run him over with the MP9. God, has there been a single kill that hasn't been a headshot from Marsborne? I don't think so. I think that's 10 headshots in 2 rounds.
Nouns also have 100% headshot rating.
Wow, they're pretty good, huh?
Shout out to Rush one time.
Rush, more like Russell Van Dolken, am I right?
That's what I was saying. I said Russ. Shout out to Russ one time. Keeping those headshots clean. This is where Nouns look to activate here. And they gotta get the ball moving, even heading into this gun round, though, because they just haven't even gotten kills. They got a lot of Molotovs. They just have 2 flashes to take map control. They have minimal utility to take space. This is going to be still a bit tricky considering the lack of utility.
There's just going to be a walk-up here in A main, and Peeping wins his duel versus Chop.
That's going to help out big time. All the problems with that utility that I was just highlighting are going to be helped out by the fact that they got that 4v5 early on. But I'm seeing Marsborne get a little bit gambly with the setup right now. Doubling back in towards B. Getting 3 players here. This is a really good read from them, and potential flash play here as well with Minus ready to set things up, but they're just going to hold the triangulated setup.
Yeah, they're going to hope it works. Smoke to B main could be just in time. Modern comes up with 2. Still staying alive as well. He has 2 players behind him in E-Box, and they can't take him down.
Oh, it's incredible. Now Wolfie gets involved and covers off E-Box, dropping in for this fight. And that perfect smoke tossed in completely disrupts the round here, separates those players from outside looking in. Junior looking for something here to work off of a chance on this clutch. Picks up the AK here.
There's no way, right?
Makes Wolfie into a peek, but eventually overrun the sidearm. The Glock bottom never reloaded. He never reloaded that whole time.
Doesn't need to, I guess.
No, he does not.
That got way too close, and it shouldn't have gotten that close, but Marsborne, no matter, are up 3-0, and honestly, a convincing round despite the 4v5. No one died on the side hole.
Yeah, that's just such a great way to disrupt the setup right there. That smoke breaking up the execute, and usually a pretty difficult site to hold, made easy by the fact that they have that extra bit of utility. Nouns couldn't break through. They couldn't get the opening duel. Modem just proved to be too much of a turret. Wolfie yet to die. Has so effective at floating around this map here with that op.
It's gonna be a B split. And Modem's gonna step forward, but a flashbang completely blind. Everyone goes down. A complete inverse of the previous round.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for right there. And I think the big difference was they had flashes to entry into that site. A couple of blinded up players, utility to execute. I mean, even if you have the guns, it's not going to matter as much if you get smoked off and then you have to run into a triangulated crossfire and have to include a Wolfie flank into the mix. But if you can get those flashes and close the distance, scale through E-box, that's what's going to get you those round wins on the B side. That's what makes things very suffocating and difficult to hold for the CT side.
Terrorists win. Okay, and
An extra.
All right. So now 3-1, just a straight sight pop, and I will say Marsborne a bit disconnected on the defense there. I mean, you have Modem stepping inside of E-box as the XU comes through, instead of potentially holding forward and again playing a similar triangulated setup where everyone is playing off of each other in that situation. And Modem is he's just out here. And in the meantime, Minus is gone. And there you go. Modem's little aggressive play works out for a kill on a peeping.
It looked like he was past a couple of those smokes, and peeping certainly not prepared for that. So a couple opening exchanges here. Wolfie. Oh, he's a bit isolated.
Oh.
Delivers a second headshot. Takes down Cryptic while he's at it. So ends up with a pretty positive trade, especially with this Canals control that's maintained, but a difficult fight ahead of Grizz, and Junior's up. And this map starting to connect. This is what they kind of called upon there after that tough Ancient.
This is going to be super unexpected at the minute mark. And, oh, fast flick from Junior, though, will save this round. But Modem realizes that something is amiss. Oh, he makes one footstep, but he lives! Rush doesn't turn in time. He saw He saw it, but his teammates didn't. No, my God, he's crossing out in the open. Junior doesn't know where he's gone.
Oh my God.
Modem's gonna think he's A, but Junior's on B.
Oh, but this is gonna expose it right there. The
No
Molotov's
way.
gonna inch him back in.
There's no way he's gonna plant open. He's planting for E-box. And he's done. Unbelievable. Modem somehow wins it.
Oh my God. And now gets to rub it in right there. Take his victory lap.
Oh! This is years of rivalry right here.
Get that diffusion. Yeah, I mean, neither one of them saw each other, I guess. They just walk right on by. Like ships in the night, they pass each other, and obviously as soon as you throw that Molotov, that's when it goes instantly in the favor of Modem. The silent approach would have worked Junior wonders, and those shots start to connect, but not being rewarded with the round one's gotta feel frustrating. I'm gonna claw that one back from the brink.
This will hurt in the demo review for Junior.
Four rounds on the CT side. We're 5 rounds in. It's scary, right? I mean, it's already building up a good foothold here.
Here goes Minus. In some trouble. He's gonna hide inside the smoke, but then Cryptic gets caught on something. He'll just blast right through it. A boost up, though, for Modem. This is fun. Good for one, but there's no way Grizz is living here. He does! Grizz is alive in the back of the site right now. Molly onto the bomb as well. Cryptic burning. He's gonna stick it.
Oh, God.
And pay with his life. And then Wolfie finds the two. What? What? Wolfie, are you kidding? And Junior's done. Wolfie, what did he just nail to the...
What? 2? I don't think that smoke was blown open. I think he just started popping shots off and they couldn't miss.
What? It was one shot and then the second for a double. There is no way that just happened.
You can't do anything wrong right now. 177 ADR, 11 and 3. We saw how he opened it up on the pistol round. He set it up with 4 and 0. And as I said, you know, so many players with a shot at redemption, but Wolfie, after M80, I think definitely eager to get back into that international competition conversation. But his op just wasn't quite cutting it for that squad. That's when M80 took that different direction. But he has been hitting his stride, not only with the AWP, but with the calls as well. And now it just looks like it can't miss.
To add, this is Marsborne's map. This is one of their ace picks. They almost choked it versus M80 yesterday. They were up 10-2 on the T side and struggled on the defense. Which means this scoreline... Oh, you don't like to see this scoreline.
Well, losing all of those CT rounds right there was only more conversation to be had here to fix up and kind of patch up those holes on the defense. And that they certainly have, it seems, coming into today. Cryptic, though, eager to step up. That's a nice opening. Being able to work this E-box control effectively. I mean, he was right there with Junior in that last map, having a bit of a tough go of things.
Yeah, Marsborne are just stacking sights right now. 20 seconds on the clock. Jiggle peeks here from Minus, but they have no utility to slow them down. Maybe a fight needed. Shot. He's got to be quick on it. Some kill. He gets one. And Minus reveals himself on the back lanes. It is possible. But I never said it was easy.
He's shifting.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. That was, you're just firing all cylinders. Wolfie misses one. And this one will be going the way of Nouns. Ah! Classia taking down a former teammate of his, by the way. For those who remember Secret Club.
Oh my god.
What a throwback.
Oh. That was one of those times, I think I interviewed Wolfie during, or after that, shortly after, and then I think he went to Europe, right?
Yes, he
Pretty
went
soon
to,
after, then played with Bird from Sky.
Played on like Fnatic Academy or the Fnatic Rising, Bird from Sky's team, Lingby Vikings, Ecstatic. Yeah, but Secret Club, God.
Yeah, it was a fun team, man. That was a pretty scary team.
4 years, by the way. That was 4 years ago, and Classio was a prospect. In a way, he still is.
It's a lot of time to grow.
Yeah, molded by that. Molded by Wolfie.
That was a deadly duo right there for sure. Now playing up against each other after long last. Again, player here looking to build up this team here. Feel like he's been able to land on his feet quite nicely on this roster. Seems like every one of these players is very motivated.
You know, when you get a second chance at a career here, you have to seize it. Keeping. Gonna go 1 for 1. That's A main control. But that's only gonna spur on a B play. You'd have to think. Good molly.
Got smoke as well.
Look at this, and then a push out from A main. That's smoke delaying, and it allows time for this flank to develop. Wolfie gets his Grizzly too. Oh boy, he's here, and this round is over.
I mean, that's just Grizz every day of the week right there. And you can talk about the double kill with his 5-7, sure. You can say that's great, but he gets that full belt of utility done. He gets the smoke and molly combo right there. That buys time for that E-box flank to formulate and for Marsborne to shut that round down. And that's the difference maker. That's the difference between them executing comfortably and, again, having to push a smoke from B main without any flashes. Such a good decision there from Grizz. What a round win to take away. Again. They have to push this. It's a nightmare for Nouns. They remember it just a couple rounds ago, having to do it versus Modem. This time it's Grizz that throws it down. A timeout called. Never to be caught in that position again.
I still am convinced that Grizz is a lake level prospect for this region. He's with JBA. They're from the same class, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they got to move up together on the same team there with Limitless. They were, you know, working together as a roster there, JBA and Grizz, for quite some time.
In fact, I mean, Grizz even got a trial on Wildcard before the European experiment. So, which has worked out well for Wildcard. Now one of the top teams in the world. Regularly at international events, and they're playing in 3 days at PGL Cluj. But, you know, life at North American Counter-Strike ain't easy. But the talent is there.
I'm with you, man. From what I've seen out of Grizz, with a little more development here, and I think most of all, like, some motivation for him, I think he can get right to that point. And fortunately for us, you know, what is he, like 20 years old? So, still a young player with a lot of time to grow in the scene.
Yeah. And he got to play Understand. I kind of talked to him about his time, and yeah, he's one of the more vocal players, and you know, North America needs more of those. Threat of a mid-split here.
Even still, they've got this position deep outside of B, so they're poking and prodding. They're putting a lot of pressure on middle. They've sold the rotation effectively. I think this re-aggression is fantastic, but it does cost them a lot. Peeping punishes effectively.
Grizz in an
Grizz
excellent,
has to steady himself.
excellent position, but not ready for Classy up close. He hits the first bullet headshot. And Modem is just going to be hunting for this flanking kill. So maybe a 3-on-3 retake here for B site.
Bomb has been planted.
Could they pull this off again? Problem. Junior has an op. And there's nothing to really obscure the walk up here. They need a perfect flashbang.
Oh. Flash to try and disrupt. They're trying to maybe buy time for Minus, but as no kills are given to them, I think this one more might just be a game of contain.
Oh, it's still possible. Bomb's only halfway ticked. They gotta get on that bomb within the next 10 seconds. Start counting it, and Minus opens up. Now they make their move onto the bomb. It's not planted for the mini box, and here we go. Bomb's gonna be defused, and Marsborne keep winning.
Oh, I'm thinking that they're just looking for the kills. They want the whole thing. They wait so patiently for Minus to walk all the way through. I don't know how you have that level of poise and that composure to shut that play down. That is truly incredible. They just wait so patiently. And Minus gets to strike, everyone ready to swing into the action. And that sort of coordination here is when what they've been able to build so effectively and so early on. This is a, you know, a ground up project. And seeing a round like that, you just think this team is putting in the work.
Oh, and drop in to Canals. Minus battling. Modem with smoke spam. Minus with another full spray from Modem. Doesn't connect, but Minus on the double up. This setup is perfect for what Now's just put into this round. The two cars collide, but Marsborne heavier. And And now into the B site, what should just be doomed. A missed shot from Wolfie, but Minus has got the backup. And it's 8-2 on CT Anubis.
Yeah, I mean, there you have it again. They force him into a really desperate position. But Nouns go where it all goes wrong before there. They try and push the smoke into B main. Obviously left with no other options. Another timeout called from Nouns. But at this point, Marsborne throwing a complete wrench into the system, man. Not letting Nouns even set up a T-side default here. Not letting them work the map whatsoever. Modem has been so aggressive and so consistently good in that E-box aggression. Couple of opening picks there, disrupting, peeping in the way that he wants to position himself. Making his job uncomfortable, and then Minus now joins him, and that's even more devastating.
Man, I really do wish that North America just had more slots available, because I feel like this Marsborne team, they can do things internationally. They can, I mean, shoot, they're already bringing competition to M80, undoubtedly the best region, or rather, best team in this region. And double drop out into E-box here. Nouns going to be stifled with ease. Modem's still got it. And Grizz backside will let them in. Just need to be careful about how he peeks here. I think he was waiting for, like, hey, Modem, you got my coverage? And he does, eventually. 9-2.
Yeah, I mean, not a big concern right there. You already got the job done, essentially, with the 2 kills and some extra damage. So like you said, maybe a little, questionable as to where your peaks come through. It's a 1 round either way. Get past the eco, they cruise past it. And it could be it could be another 10-2 scoreline here for Marsborne on the CT side, though. That's a big difference.
Oh, we're just doing this again.
Minus wants to end it by force.
And the off angle is perfect. Doesn't find the kill on the Cryptic Chop, though. Makes his activation. Now Minus. Oh, he's trying to get sneaky with it, perhaps a little too much so. Wolfie isolated on the B site. He falls.
I don't know if they know that necessarily the Minus is the one that aggressed, though, initially.
Bomb has been planted.
Modem pushed with him as well, so Modem takes contact here. Again, maybe, just maybe you have Minus on a massive flank.
They know, though.
They just smoked it off, though.
Yeah, they're completely entrenched in spawn, and Junior on 2 HP, AWP don't matter. And Minus can't really win this one. It is last round of the half, so might as well give it a whirl. My opinion, knife out straight through that smoke and see what happens, but Junior's posted on him. He is... Oh, Junior, let's go to the angle, but it's planted for spawn. And yeah, he can't win this one. Go for the... Yeah, gotta find it for a little bit. But eventually it settles down. Marsborne show up with their riflers. They show what they're made of. We'll be back in a bit. Half number 2 on the way.
I can't be without you. I can't be without you. I can't be without you.
The team of redemption arcs here for Marsborne. How can you not like that name? As we've got Minus and Grizz almost both coming out of pseudo-retirement. And the rise of Wolfie back to the upper echelons of North America. Modem and his return. Makes me happy, makes me smile. Side of Nouns. Tough spot to be in here on Anubis. You only got 3 T-side rounds. You're normally looking for about 7 or 8.
Right. And it's not going to get any easier in the second half when Grizz is finding openers. Let's take both bomb sites right there. They enter into the A side. They actually might need to call upon Grizz. The kills have gone a little bit sour, and Grizz is giving them a way out.
I don't understand how Grizz... Oh, here's the running. Okay. Going on past, Chop. We'll try to pick an opportune moment. He does. He gets a goosh. And back the other way we go. Chop sees both players in A main. The bomb's going the other way. And Grizz is just sitting in the corner on Heaven. And hi there. He's looking for his 4K. He's gonna get it!
Goodness.
He fires first bullet, then jumps. Doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Grizz, let's just take his journey through that round. He walked out A solo and killed both players.
Yeah,
and then got the last 2.
And fortunately for his team, they end up actually needing to call upon that. They just realized that B is offering up too much resistance and have to then use his position to get some rotates rolling. That's a big one. Junior with a scout headshot.
Okay.
That's what they needed right there. Whole lot more of that. Opening picks. That's what they asked for here. We got planned right now. Double aggression. No flashes. They're just gonna wait that smoke out. They're gonna be breaking here. As it is Chop who's prepared.
Okay.
But quick dismissal from Peeping and Cryptic to chase these kills down.
Big 2 for 1 there. But this is still winnable. Because Grizz is still alive. Mid is empty. He has space to work the map and find the duels he wants to. And Grizz will walk forward. Off angle from Cryptic.
Staying in motion. It's always good with the MP9. Tag land as well. And Cryptic won't falter. So Marsborne gonna be spoiled out a little bit here.
Might want
down to earth.
Might want to throw that one out of the map. So there we go. Marsborne, a bit on the ropes early on. This is a chance for Nouns to get back into the game. We got a Tech 9 round that they have to beat. No one has ever lost to a scrappy Tech 9 round.
No, never. No flashes on this Tech 9 round though. So I feel like that makes it a little easier. What's the game plan for this one? Maybe
like
trying to
just,
capitalize on the E-box smoke here that they got in.
Yeah, that smoke from Classy I don't think they're gonna care about. Because they've already, they already got the deep smoke in, and now there's some problems. Classy's gonna swing into them, and now the MP9 has to go for them all. It doesn't. A lot of low HP bars. It's still possible, but that molly locks it in. Nade will stop the plant though. Massive. And now a 2 versus 2. Peeping, activating on the flank. It's planted in the open. It gets denied again. And it comes down to Grizz, and immediately gooshed. He's looking for that FAMAS. He won't be able to get it. Circling the site. And oh my god, he landed the dink. But nothing more. Flying MP9 will do. Now it's to 5.
Man, oh man, putting a lot of pressure. I love that game plan right there. I mean, I highlighted the lack of flashes, and you know that indicates a clear game plan. When you see that smoke and E-box as well, you just know what they're gonna do here. They're gonna look to overwhelm, and mission accomplished. Unfortunately for them, that little bounce of the HE from Cryptic denies that bomb plant. Otherwise, I think we're talking about a different story. At least a much more better shot at that round. They're gonna go through the fire with the Glocks. That HE's gonna do some damage here, and it's a chance to farm up some sweet ecos for Junior and Cryptic to gain some confidence back into the CT side.
So the engine is going, but we'll see what the gun rounds have on offer. We've seen the protocols from Marsborne already proving that they have a playbook on this map. That canals control that they were working earlier on, especially on the CT side. We'll see if that translates here on the attack.
Finally gonna see more of a default hold together here for Marsborne, it seems like. That's all they really need to rely on here on this T side rounds. You know that, you know, any team on the defense is gonna look to get somewhat aggressive. Try and find an opening duel. That's definitely gonna be a Nouns playbook as well.
This is the mid-round call for Nouns, is to step forward and clear all of middle. Minus has snuck inside of this house smoke, though. Cryptic just has to be wary of it. He is down to 4, but standing nonetheless. Trying to pop in through A. This is supposed to be the finish, but you do have Grizz other side of the map.
Is looking to again give him a secondary option, but he's yet to activate. Force him back into these passive positions, though. And they're already up B-box now.
Yeah,
Junior takes this mid control. That's big.
It's not looking good. Off angle from Rush, but won't be cleared just yet. No, but Bottom falls to it. Chop does convert his kill, though.
Oh, Junior went and flanked A.
Oh,
So
no.
It actually bought a little bit of time off that clock. He is now being covered here. He's being watched.
Oh,
but
but
he's still best out Grizz.
huge. Massive fight to win there for Junior. If he falters, you never know what's going to happen. Wolfie pops in, though, for 1 kill. Eventually falls to Cryptic. This goes to Chop. No utility. And a 1 versus 3 on his hands. First kill's good. Oh, but he's not ready for the second. Not fast enough on the draw. And therefore, Nouns, with a retake, are not done yet.
That's massive right there. I mean, Cryptic on 4 HP. He starts it off. I mean, if you remember that head-to-head versus Minus. Going down low. Wins it, though, crucially. That gives them that advantage. And then goes on to find 2 more kills in the post plant, leading the charge and just being fearless. Marsborne now in need of a timeout. Putting themselves in some pretty deadly positions. I'll give them some credit, but yet to really capitalize here, other than that pistol that Grizz was kind of handling. That's going to create some worry here. Might as well use those timeouts, get Wolfie going vocal, trying to set up the game plan. See if you can't get Lucid involved as well.
Wolfie, come on now. You gotta pick up an AK and drop it to Grizz. That is the way you win this.
Will the Galil do?
Well, he didn't drop it to Grizz, and Grizz bought his own.
Oh. Saw Wolfie had it for a second.
He is 16 and 9 on the scoreboard. Stat check him.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe be sitting in his hands. Been doing some great work with the op, and I don't think he's had it yet.
Look at this. If Grizz had an AK here, he would be so much more lethal.
Oh.
And he's out. He's been seen, and he's done. In the meantime, fun on the A site. There's no commitment here from Marsborne. They're down 2 players. Grizz kind of got just sent in there and said, do what you can. He drew over.
Like he was lost at sea there.
Yeah, he drew over 3 players. You know, 3 players were on that B site at that time. but nothing to take advantage of it.
Cryptic gonna evacuate mid. I think that's a good decision. Give this control up late into those rounds. Peeping going to refill the position, and now you got a trio on B once again. This time though, it's a trio that Marsborne do not want to run into. Well coordinated, great contact between these defensive players. Don't lose a single one.
Oh
That's
boy.
a big pickup right there, shutting down the ideas from Marsborne, trying to get scrappy, trying to get cheeky, throwing in some gimmicks to see if they can't win a round here or there.
Okay, this is a replica of what we just saw at the start of this game. Fast flank from Cryptic, but he's in trouble, and he's gonna get found through the smoke. But Chop, there's no way he lives this, right? No. Peeping pushes past the smoke, secures that kill. Weird 3-on-3, but it does settle down.
V3 now. That was a Nouns attempt to, again, just shut down the game plan. And it gets met with some force here, but it still requires Marsborne to react quickly. The 3v3. That camera smoke, they're going to start to target potentially the strengthened bomb site here at B.
You say
They got so
strength,
much control.
they're playing the extremities here. They're not actually playing on the site. Grizz is gonna be sent in first.
So you can expect this angle, but you can jump in this face if you want to. They've got a lot of flashes that they can try and test the box with, or a molly, or just plant for a spawn. And now these post plants gonna be bolstered by the positioning here of this T side. So they avoid their problems for now. They're gonna have to face him head on at some point. I think this duo of Wolfie and Minus as well is going to make a long reposition here.
Missed Molly, critical
Oh, no.
there. If that landed on Grizz, this retake would be infinitely easier. Instead, well, Wolfie collects the initial. Peeping does convert onto Grizz, but you've got the long flank coming through, and Minus does convert the shot. Junior, nice Pete to 50 shot, but he's out of it. And Marsborne advanced to 11.
Terrorists win.
That's just such a great 3v3 brought together. I mean, everything about it, they're realizing the space that they have at their availability, then planting the bomb here before they make any mistakes, before they give a chance for Nouns to put it back into their favor. And then you see one bit of missed utility, a flank dealt with, and Nouns left shaken in that situation.
And last time out here for Nouns. To be fair, the Miss Molly never cost him anything. It was the walk up B main that got him eventually. Wolfie with that pick from Palace, and strong rifling overall from him. Never needed the op. We have a little boost fun.
This shakes up. Gotta be good for an opening pick here. Junior trying to get involved early. It's back to that situation where he's left into a lot of saves here. It's the last place that you want to see him if you're down. Flashbang's good to throw him off the line.
Oh no!
He has his back! And now Junior needs to recover. Loses his teammate, but ends up staying alive.
B defense going to be playing solely from E-Box. And Wolfie is going to wait for his team to take contact. In the meantime, Chop eats an op headshot. Molly in towards E-Box, so his worst case scenario here, as Classy is in the open and Rush's position is known. Rush is so dead here, and Wolfie even catches the player dropping out of mid. Everything goes wrong, and it's just Junior. He's gonna jump up into the site, eat a flashbang, and then what?
I mean, it looks like he's finally going to give this one a go. He's been forced into so many saves, but can he make a clutch happen? No, he cannot. Another costly miss with that AWP, and now it's map point here. Marsborne, it takes him a little delay, but they chug through those timeouts, and they come up with the game plan here to try and shut things down.
One thing Marsborne are known for is giving up big leads. Will this be one of them? I'll say earlier today, they had a 12-6 lead versus NRG. That map ended in a 16-14 loss, but this one, definitely not today. Minus 2 headshots. 2 players plastered to the back of B main. It's down to Cryptic. He does have a rotate in Junior. But all Marsborne need to do is sit and wait. CTs are out of utility.
I mean, they've got to... You'd have to imagine they got to start pressing on something, and that's exactly what Marsborne are waiting for. They're waiting for the collapse. They're waiting for the re-aggression. Right now, the direction looks towards E-Box here. And Modem... ready with his AK, looking to cut him off here. He has an op standing behind him. Junior's up, gonna get surely overwhelmed, and the trade comes through. It doesn't last too much longer for Peeping as Chop steps forward, and Marsborne open up the series with a victory.
Yeah, and they do it convincingly. All their riflers firing on all cylinders. Graves with some huge multi-kills to win them the very difficult round single-handedly.
You're, struggling to really show that with teams in the past, like PA and maybe Wildcard for that short stint he was there. This is a huge opportunity, and I think they're taking that chance seriously, like recognizing that this is their avenue. Everyone on this team has had their chance in the limelight, and with this roster, I think that creates a lot of unity, creates a lot of cohesion. We saw that so many times here with this team, how effective they are at closing out those rounds here. But we got a fast long play here, ready to hop into the action. And once again, Marsborne on the CT side, they buy 5 bits of armor. No youth till for the CT side. They're all about the shots so far.
And a cheeky setup, that's for sure. Jiggle peeks from Wolfie. When is the Giant gonna wake up here? When is he gonna pop up? And well, he will go down. Classia with the opening double of this map of Dust 2, but Minus still here on the site, playing around the jump up area. Bomb's gonna be planted. And he's gonna go back in for it with Modem and co. Scaling up the short side. This round gets interesting. We have the first one for Modem. Do we have any more? Joined together with Chop. He'll drop down and spawn, but Cryptic with 2 PT-50 headshots. And maybe some confidence there for Nouns.
Great way to start there. Pistol round converted. Looking clean for players like Cryptic and Classia, who, as we've highlighted, you want to see that X factor out of Classia. You want to see him get a lot more involved. I felt like on last map, especially defensively, that CT side, he was putting a lot of pressure and was, good for one, but essentially was put in these positions where he had to get so much more than one. That's a tough spot to be in here as a stand-in player with limited time. We got here, though. This is going to be interesting. One flashbang here for Wolfie.
One flashbang to rule them all. It flies over top. He dodges it, though. Yikes.
I think they all got blinded by it. The CC side led to a bit of a traffic jam, and Peeping gonna collect his ace. Well handled. Nice confidence builder. No casualties here, crucially, for Nouns. They'll cruise past that round.
If that flashbang didn't bounce, I think it would have been a little bit better. I know, because I throw flashbangs like it's my job. There's a pop flash that could have been a bit better, but here we stand. Oh, that smoke in middle is not going to dissuade anybody. As Cryptic looking to work around the edge of it. He gets into the corner, but Modem finds Peeping anyways. Now, this could get weird. Will he consider the close left? Oh my goodness. No, Modem's got the coverage. There's two players holding mid doors. This will never work. The setup is perfect for Marsborne, and Midas continues and keeps going. Good setup. What else could you want?
That's just a great bit of numbers game, and that's oftentimes what I'll highlight here. This team coordinating is so effective. And that mid defense, a prime example of it, as you said. Those setups you can rely on here, that you can trust in them. We saw a lot of that on Anubis when it was pretty difficult to hold that B side. You know, the way that they triangulated their defense, you know, Grizz, a lot of good multi-kills, good Modem playing effectively. Coordination gonna matter a lot there. Even Grizz kind of continuing his aggression. Make sure that nothing's really held on to. Solid start here for Marsborne on the defense, but to counteract that measure, Junior get an AWP for the opening round. I think maybe Peeping has a spawn here.
Yeah, Peeping has a long spawn, so he's going to wield it for the run-up. Is there going to be a doors smoke? It's coming through a little late, and the swing there...
Was there a flash? I feel like there had to have been a flash that just didn't connect. Maybe not. Maybe Grizz just wanted to get in quickly towards pit. But I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt there. Maybe a flash didn't go deep enough. Either way, it's an opening pick. And Junior right back on it. But Peeping, having an op that can open up the round here. It's been a bit of a struggle, but Junior's been able to creep up for a couple of those situations. They're back to this mid setup, though, right now.
Oh, boy. You really love going through one of the tightest choke points in all of Counter-Strike. Will it work? Molly close here for Cryptic. Maya standing in it, but then there's Wolfie. A smoke fades. They find two. Oh, even a third. The collapse there from Marsborne in the 4v5. They put all their chips in middle, and that's where everyone is for Nouns.
Just sacrificing that B side. It's something you'll be willing to do so many times when the action's getting crazy. This rush is spotted now. But then stacking up that mid side and then getting back-to-back rounds with the great setup and support from Catwalk as well. Nouns have so much going for them in this round, but it all crumbles.
I don't like the setup. I personally do not like this setup. Oh, but it works anyways.
You didn't know about the Modem AWP?
Wasn't he primary opping for ATK at one point?
I don't remember. I could imagine it.
Yeah, I believe he was.
With a shot like that.
With Bowden, when Bowden was like missing his visa, Bowden Master. Oh gosh, we're talking 2022 Counter-Strike. Some people might not know.
We just talked about Secret Club, so it wouldn't even be for them. 2022.
Well, I mean, if you know Secret Club, you're a real one.
Yeah, for real. Midas
is invincible. Oh my goodness. This guy was semi-retired for 2 years, and he's still landing those spray transfers, but this round is somehow not over yet. Scout tags. And they're going to come back to Grizz. Oh, this is a bit ambitious. One. And Junior, do you have a scout headshot? No. And lays it on thick just at the end for good measure.
Keeping that one nice and clean. Yeah, minus, you know, chasing these kills and building up confidence on the ecos. That's going to be huge for Marsborne and getting active. I've seen those mid setups just completely collapse Nouns as well. Gotta figure out solutions. Fast long play here, a little bit of an adjustment. It's a smoke space following and tracking, peeping to his location. How long can you stand here before the utility hits you?
Just lives. The problem is Nouns have 0 flashbangs. You may have long control, but what are you going to do with that control? Well, if Marsborne gives one back to you, that makes life pretty easy. Cryptic with 1. Op closing in on his angle. Seen. And Wolfie misses. But Grizz comes back in with 2 and keeps the round alive. Cryptic looking for a kill back. And nothing presents. Nouns will somehow have a man advantage here. And Minus and Chop to retake. That smoke's not going to deter Chop at all. And he gets the kill onto Peeping. Are you kidding? Low HP out in the open, though. And Chop will fall. Minus won't. Grizz and Minus haul this round back for Marsborne. And they're up 4-2.
Oh, well, I mean, that's exactly why you want Minus confident right there. And that retake, stepping up, Grizz helping out as well. You said that flashy 2K coming through from him. And this time, you know, what stinks for Nouns here, it's going to feel very familiar. Is that you're able to gain access on these A-side plays. You're able to get onto the site here, which is the step that they were missing in that last map of Dust 2. But now it's about closing off in the retake in the post plant. And that is where things get a little sour. That's where things collapse on you. That just has to be infuriating for them. Chop playing close range here with the A1S is scary.
Yeah, especially with the Tech 9s about to be approaching him. And this corner commonly cleared. First kill's good. Oh, he gets the second, though. And the USP is out, but Minus goes down without a fight. 3 versus 3, but there's no door smoke critically, so this is possible for Marsborne.
Definitely. Retake's looking good here, but Cryptic's wanting to get active. He's gonna make a move before the play starts.
Oh, and the flashbang is great, but the kill isn't there. Grizz now solo in the side. He just drops in and gets all 3. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, just ripped away. The round in the bag. Grizz will take it. 3 kills rolling through window. Wolfie just walking into the fight there, scratching his head, saying, where'd they go? They evaporated. They got mauled.
He just dropped in and just like Rambo spun around in a circle and got all 3. There's a player back plat as well. Everyone was full blinded by that one initial flashbang. Confused enough, it works out. And Old Faithful Dust 2. Long control for CTs, cat control for the Ts. good. That was a shot with no warning there. Poor Minus just wasn't meant to play Counter-Strike this round. Chop to step forward. He's taking on a former teammate here in Glacia, and he loses it. Instant headshot. 3 versus 5. And no commitment really needed anywhere. Cryptic will drop into spawn. Modem has heard that. And it is poor old Wolfie needing a highlight moment of his career. Jumps up tall box, but not gonna get the no scope.
You know, when he did that, I was believing. I thought he had something cooked up right there, but too much ass, blown open that smoke. Classy not giving him an access point. Can Grizz do it again is the question.
Molly's good. Forced away, peeping into an angle he would not like, but charging now into 3 players. Bottom is gonna try to save this one tentatively. And it's good, but imagine if Wolfie hit that no-scope. He drops down car, he scopes up for the next, and you are in the midst of a highlight there.
Terrorists win.
If only.
Yeah, that would be a dream for sure here. B-side retakes aren't as easy as you saw a couple rounds ago. So now it's back to reality here for Marsborne. The money's a little bit low. I like this call for the timeout. Try and figure out what you're going to do in this position. Want to keep the pressure on, you go for a force buy. If you want to just suffocate this Nouns roster out of this half, you go for the full investment. And that's what they're looking to do. They're coming in with that timeout with the game plan.
I mean, you can't really handle a game plan when an op shot directly through the door just owns your top player. You know? Peeping with the long spawn op. Back again.
He's been good at that.
And a
This time the flash
flashbang.
comes through.
Oh, and he goes down because Grizz just swings and spams.
Revenge. Sweet revenge. It's crazy. That's the head-to-head once again.
Boost up for Wolfie. Does this work?
Oh, you can't see over that. You can pop a hole through the smoke, maybe. It's that old school boost right there.
In the meantime, it's attempted cat control. Junior's about to swing 2 players with an off. Does he have a lineup in him? Oh, they're not. They're swinging him 1 by 1. Come on, guys. There you go. Settle down. It's just Glacia here. I say just Glacia. That's a name you'd fear back in 2020. Run it back. First kill's good. He has the bomb. He has an escape path. Molly behind him. And we're on for this.
Gonna follow in his footsteps. In fact, Glacia with a reroute. Drops out into CT spawn. You know what's a lot more effective, a lot more easy to hold off than the A side? It's B. Wondering what the delay is right now on the CT side. They're still scratching their heads. Why isn't he planted yet? They're gonna realize it a little too late. Numbers on the other side of the map. At least they do kick it into gear quickly.
Oh, he's gonna go for the window peek in the 1v2. This is risky. And running up. Here we go. Minus in. Oh, but it doesn't even get started. Chop just gives a headshot. And no clutch effort there for Glacia.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I think Chop and his value here. You know, he's still a young player with a lot of opportunities ahead and in the future, but he's so good making those right decisions there. So you can see the diligence of covering his teammate as he's throwing that utility. He's watching that window. You know, you're a little bit vulnerable. You're exposed. That's the perfect time for Glacia to strike. Chop reading into that so effective. as I said, just keep this team down and out. You're going to continue to put the pressure on them by going for that force buy and then being rewarded with it.
Oh boy, do you get the back plat? Whoo, boy, those shots are getting close. Rush is gonna make the move though, just as Minus is pulling pins, and critically, they're in. Back of the site, Chop falls next, and that's about the worst thing you could ask for your B-side anchor to start pulling nades as the execute starts. Well, this round's done.
Bomb has been planted.
Brought him into a bit of a familiar position.
Bit disappointed in
Say
that.
There's a person on the ground there trying to crawl through doors before Peeping walked in. Gave Modem the warning. Yeah, that's a rough situation there for Marsborne.
Terrorists win.
And things a little bit awkward and getting costly. I'm gonna keep on trying to win these lacking purchases as well when Modem is the one to save, but this one's gonna be even more difficult than the last time they were in this position.
They're looking to go for it. And on the other hand, this is just looking like a straight B play in what could be.
Resistance in that direction.
Oh my goodness. And Cryptic falters. He's not ready for the cat swing. Into a B play. Chop. Though smoke is late. Peeping's already through, but with help from the scout, it's possible. Here comes the USP up next, and it's just Rush. Everything goes wrong. Rush inside the smoke, spammed out by Modem. And that round never happened for Nouns.
Yeah, evaporated right there, and a lot more effective on that B hold this time around. A little combo deal between Wolfie and Chop on this CT side to step up at the perfect time. Smoke effective, it allows for them to coordinate, but the fact that there wasn't any utility or any smokes from Nouns towards doors, it allows for Wolfie to just pluck away, even though he has the scout. That makes the job of the MP9 very easy. They get 2 scrappy purchases that give them so much extra room to work with here for Marsborne on the CT side.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, it's not clean, but it works out in the end.
That'll do.
What was looking like
That'll do just nicely.
Nouns were going to come back into this game. Instead, it is an 8-4 half for Marsborne. Surprises here on Dust 2 as Minus and Grizz once again power this team to a lead. And we're back aboard here. For map number 2, Marsborne stepping up again with Minus and Grizz still finding multi-kills somehow. Miracles literally happening on the B site. As Grizz able to drop in, find 3, and this team once again showing more X factor than Nouns here. On the map it does too.
Example of that here. This time it's Marsborne that are bringing that to the table. Those mid setups as well. You know, there's not only that firepower that we're seeing out of Marsborne, but the cohesion to bolster up that firepower is a big deal. They've had that in the palm of their hands here. Grizz with a P250, which could make things interesting to close the distance on that. And the reaction here from the CT side is to aggress tunnels, but only one player doing it right into the open arms of Chop here.
Gonna need to spin back and forth between lower potentially. Now as long play comes through, Chop can start a flank on the B site, but in the meantime, can it just be Grizz to win this round? We'll have to see. As Minus, it's just Grizz anyways. The P250's putting in work. He's got a third, and the last round's free for Chop. I just heard 3 pops of that P250, and 3 players die.
And in the chaos right there, again, you know, Nouns have an HE. I think they tried to throw it inside the smoke, and it just bounces off the wall, and it goes into CT spawn as well. So it's just, you know, crumble from the side of Nouns. More frustration being felt as they head into the second pistol. And combine that with the terrifying prospect that is that P250 in Drizz's hands. Not a chance here. Running past it. Smoke for the molly. They know it's a lower play here. They know it's a collapse. This one is getting scary for the T side. Together.
Okay.
A team kill helps out the T's, but they still collapse in.
2 for 1's not the worst thing you could ask for, especially when 3 players are spotted. Junior facing off versus Grizz, and he goes down easy. Wolfie, he can't hit anything. Junior cleans up the last 2 at long, and a 4-spot victory for Nouns.
Oh, that's such an all-in move right there from the side of Nouns. Double aggression from upper and lower, crunching in, meeting 3 T's as well. Starting it off with a team kill, but still being able to power up. And then Junior set up with that scout. He's pretty good on Dust 2 with that scout, that's for sure. So 4 shots connect from him, 2 kills. And a 4-spy has to be brought back out for the T side in return. Oh boy. This crosshair close to the line. But they're running up catwalk here, and it could be ill prepared for the side of Nouns. They do steady themselves. So
Junior needs to get into position. F9 though. Looks solid. A second headshot there for Junior. Probably locks it in. Molly onto Modem. He burns. And 4-spy goes nowhere for Marsborne. Just Grizz. 15 and 8 and counting. Oh, you heard peeping. Thanks for the gun.
I want to make this one any more pricey. Potentially let the whole thing slip. Definitely don't want to give Grizz any more kills at this point. Nice off angle though from Junior.
I feel like Grizz can do it. Oh, he switches. Oh, what? He switches to Tech 9? Because he's just better? 1v2 now.
Shot 2 bullets out of the Khalil before he swapped.
It's not looking good. It's out of reach here. Hello there. Oh, Classy does push past. He could have jumped as he moves down bottom mid to spot anyone on towards Cat potentially. But
I mean, he makes it so pricey. That's a 1v5 turned to 1v2. Didn't think it was all that winnable. When he goes to Pete Jr., then he gets the kill, and I'm like, maybe he can make the impossible happen.
he is real darn good. Flashbang's back in. It just Glocks out long. And learn your lineups there with Cryptic.
Just get to see all the flashes right there. That's useful info. I guess 2 teammates could certainly use that.
Yeah. finally, so I can actually go out there and frag and say, hey, run to pit, run to pit. And then I have the flash. So that's me every day.
Yeah, classic, yeah. You have the best spawn, and then you're unfortunately forced to be throwing the flashes. The worst.
Yeah.
Well, traffic jam there in spawn this time.
Can Marsborne close it out? They've had a lot of big leads that they've coughed up before. Again, talk about the 12-6 versus NRG earlier today. Yesterday versus M80, they had a 10-2 lead on Anubis that they almost tossed. They had an 8-4 lead on Ancient. And now had an 8-4 lead here on Dust 2. This one's looking a little different as Wolfie just gets the straight up smoke spam onto Peeping. Flashbangs knock him off the angles. Cryptic drops an 8, pops the smoke, but it'll be Classy instead from the window. He's gonna let them in. 2 versus 4.
It's a huge evade there from Classy. He stays alive. Avoids the headshot coming through his direction. And now they're gonna operate very quickly on this retake. They're starting to contain this T side.
Chop back a big box. Molly will force out Wolfie into the corner, into the flashbangs. Chop gets a massive kill, though, in towards tunnels. That allows him to play behind big. And then you have Wolfie. Does he have both of them? Not quite. Oh, but he flicks up, and he's got it! Wolfie with a quad kill clutch from the back of B site.
Oh my god, he can do it with the rifle, too. What a unbelievable clutch from Wolfie. He rips it away. And as soon as you think Nouns have been revived here, getting back into the CT side, Wolfie steps up to shut them down. Didn't know about him and his AK. Nouns take some time to breathe. Much needed. Marsborne, you talk about the way that you can close out games, and having your IGL bring a clutch like that has got to inspire the rest of the squad to put this one across the line.
Oh my god. And you can only imagine the exasperation for Nouns. They made the right play. Classia even made the right play to abandon B and fight towards middle. There is a lot of hindsight to be had with this one. That has gotta hurt.
That's gonna sting. Calling in a timeout after that as well. For that CT side, I mean, instantly. You've gotta sit through and let that sink in. But you're right back into the thick of it now. Trying to queue up a B play here. Junior's got a nice little off angle to work off of. On to a game of patience here. Junior come in impatient and misses his shot, and that's gonna cost him his life. Chop just dances around that pillar so effectively, forces some discomfort there from Junior. Certainly a lot for Peeping right now in this position. Classia just evacuates the B site, and they look to join forces in middle. Trying to make their way up catwalk. Classia with the secondary right now, spotted out by Peeping. They also spot that long lurk as well.
Up to the site. Cryptic good for 1. It's a bit of a messy cat execute, though. And the bomb is committed. However, Classia misses an op shot and gives an avenue back into the round. All 3 players here.
Smoke.
And they're going to try and utilize it to pick up that bomb. Grizz, knife out, picks
15.
it up, runs away. Do they have time for this?
No, no way.
There's no way they do, right? You'd have to think they have to go for kills at this point. And they've lost it. Grizz.
Yeah.
Gets into B, but not much to be said there.
Yeah, that point, right? There maybe is a little bit of chaos there. You're saying, let's go B, but no one looked at the time. There wasn't quite enough to capitalize on those 2 B kills there on Eclasia and Junior initially. But that round specifically got to give a lot of credit to Peeping. And the fact that he gains a little bit of info. Seeing them walk up catwalk is everything right there. And preparing that A defense matters all the more. So not just 2 Galils here that are saved onto. Otherwise, everyone else on Glocks.
And it looks like we're going through mid doors, folks. Here we go. Glocks forward 1, but too many to handle for Cryptic. Now, though, the rotates arrive. Taps from Junior. Good for a couple. Bottom. Not swift enough with the Galil. And there you have it. 9 rounds for Nouns. They're back in it. They are alive and running.
Check out the position that they're in. You kind of think, okay, if Rush doesn't get that kill, it's a bit of a 1v2 for them, but as you said, he's quick. He's been holding off this long side effectively. That's a good sign for Nouns. Some strength on some of these extremities. How deep is the bag of tricks here for Marsborne on Dust 2? So right now they're falling into couple of good starts, but I'm seeing a lot of just patient defaults here. Working a lot of mid control. You have to really see them activate towards long early. So much focus and resources in this direction for them.
This round's so important. Win this, and Marsborne are well on their way to eliminating Nouns from Dallas contention. And this
What?
is a hell of a play.
Oh, he's gonna stick around. I mean, he's not leaving. He's not
No,
budging.
no.
Flashbang here?
He's not gonna pull it. Hi there, instant trade. Grizz walks forward, sees the player leave long as well. 4 on 4 and long control. And next up, cat control. Cryptic just fights through it though. Anyways, Junior next to jump up, but eventually long arrives. And Peeping now out in the open in CT spawn. We'll get across with the bomb. Oh, switching up the plant here.
Ooh. This is smart because they know Cryptic's low on a catwalk. Classia flanking from long, they have the vision.
See, Wolfie needed that headshot, doesn't get it. Now instead, he'll reposition back in towards Goose. In the meantime, Cryptic walks up, goes down to a body shot as he makes his move, and now Grizz, 21 kills. Did he need that 22nd? Wolfie's struggling, Glock is out, pistols for both, and Classia's got it. How has that even happened? Oh no, Wolfie needed to convert that instead. Now he's double digits, tied at 10. A huge mishap from Marsborne.
Do you remember the last time Classia got a massive 1v2 clutch to close out a 10-10 scoreline? This time, no tech pause in between it. But as you said, Wolfie, after such a monumental B-side clutch, can't do the same thing with the rifle as effectively on the A-side. Now fast towards long. This is the pace change I was looking for here from Marsborne, that next step in the pressure. And long control is gathered. They're putting the work on Rush, but Rush will be willing to concede that. They're quick. They want to scale. And right now, Nouns are woefully out of position, trying to re-clear middle.
The problem is Wolfie has the bomb. And, oh, this
Isolate Rush, though.
This position from Rush is very sketchy. He gets ran over. And Minus returns along in good timing. And Cryptic is not even gonna try for it. Instead, 3 players behind the smoke on Cat. There's 1 second. Chop, but he tries to spam all right. And, well, that really wasn't meant to be. Minus is gonna get taken down. And that was kind of sad.
I mean, that's, I think, you know, the bit of history that we've seen out of Marsborne. Some struggles to close out rounds and games and advantages in the past. I'll give them a little bit of credit there. You know, you're in a 4v4 and you've got weaker weaponry, so you're feeling the pressure to go and even out those numbers, try and put the pressure on Catwalk. Take a duel that T side is, or CT side is not expecting, but peeping too diligent. 1 kill straight through the smoke, then continues to spam. Now Nouns have claimed a lead here on Dust 2, looking to take it to the decider. Ready to give up on the second chance that they've been able to claim just yet. Fighting tooth and nail for Dust 2 in this comeback effort. Got Junior dodging the flashes right now. Oh, but the jump spot forces them off the angle. They're not going to stick around too long.
Mid B util lined up. Peeping up close. This is a triangle of doom if you try to go through mid doors here.
See the long range.
That's also disappointing. You do need to clear that.
Molly forces Minus into the fight. There's no safety. He should be spammed. He's still tanking these shots, but you can't get past the op. And Rush wins out his duel towards long. So Marsborne right now running out of steam, running out of gas here on Dust 2. And ready to fight back.
It's going to be an issue with this team. They get big leads. They even have huge rounds at 2v4 on the B site. Incredible. Wolfie, just to convert a 1v1 in the post plant. Couldn't do it. And now we're just not checking boxes here. Missed shot from Wolfie. We'll connect again. He needs to run. He has got 1 bullet in this AWP. Oh my goodness. And Cryptic just laser beams him through his smoke. Peace out, buddy.
Whoa.
After time, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, you make sure to take that first shot after the time expires so that they get no reward bonus here. Another timeout call here for Marsborne. They realize this series got a whole lot more difficult at the worst time for them. 12 on the board here. Nouns picking up the pace here. Full team effort. Everyone showing up in their roles here. A lot of sacrifice, actually. You know, I will say on that B side, I like the way that, you know, the adjustment, Classia coming down, helping mid, leaving the B side open. You know, Marsborne never really able to identify that weak point because it's constantly met by smokes. And so it's never just Junior with an op towards middle. It's never just peeping with a rifle towards middle. There's always a duo there, it feels like. And Marsborne, with how many times they've targeted that side of the map, are not getting past whatever setup Nouns have available.
I mean, look at the money here for Nouns, and it'll kind of tell you how close some of the games or the rounds have been.
Nouns just being able to fight back in this comeback with those close rounds here. Again, as I highlighted, duo towards middle is almost always the case.
Oh, but a missed shot!
A missed shot from Junior cost him his life.
And they overwhelm Peeping into the mid-B split. Classia 17 and 11. Much better performance now, but erased by Bottom. We've got a B site, easy plant, and a save inbound for Nouns. Cryptic to fall back, and that's it. We're going every round of regulation here.
Oh, and you can't afford to die. Cryptic getting caught trying to escape right there, but the op won't let it slide there. Grizz picks it up. And as I highlighted, what I just said was the biggest strength for Nouns ends up being their biggest vulnerability as soon as you miss a shot. Junior on the line, up against a Tech 9, and it doesn't connect. That cost him his life. Peeping has to overcommit to try and overcompensate. And Nouns have just realized the game's not over just yet. They're still up against the wall in this series. Still yet to close out Dust 2. There should be good enough money to get a AWP out, but there's going to be some question marks aside from that.
So what is the idea here? Get Junior to miss. I think that's a pretty good win condition. There's a joke in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a gameplay that you can rely on every round, but
It works some rounds.
it works some rounds, and when it does, it really helps out.
Oh!
No! Snapped out. That helps too. What about Wolfie just collecting a freebie on the timing? Glacia evaporated. Damage a little bit scary for Peeping, but nothing too concerning.
There is no universe where you should be losing this round. Cat control first. Gonna figure out info. And a quick 1-for-1. That's exactly what Marsborne want. Now they walk out long. Cryptic, surely he's doomed here. Or not.
Oh.
He needs to win a second fight, though, and Wolfie this time won't miss. Peeping steps up. He tries to deliver a hero moment. It doesn't happen. It's Junior. Late flank, 1v3. Low HP for a couple of these. Pistol might be optimal. But I don't think this is even doable. Now, Minus has looked away from Cat. And a nice shot from Junior. He has a smoke. He has a kit. But Chop is at car to lock it in. We have overtime in map 2.
Yeah, and it's right back to the driver's seat here for Marsborne. They close out that round. A little bit of help. As I said, you know, you have to rely on Junior with that AWP, missing in a couple occasions. And you have to rely on Wolfie being able to open up rounds as well for those last two. And then, you know, both sides, for better or for worse, from those AWPs, getting Marsborne across into the overtime, but right back into the thick of it here. Now you have to go against 2 ops, because that's better than 1, especially on Dust 2. That's what the 2 in Dust 2 stands for.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, wow.
That's the secondary for Peeping. Yeah, that's why you pick up the secondary. Now it's just hanging out on the B site. There's a boost going on over on A. And it missed.
I think that was, you know, Junior trying to get a deeper angle. Bit of an off angle that's hard to flash. That could have been the second opening duel. Both of those ops could have sung.
Catwalk execute in play. And instead it's going to turn into a mid to B. Chop flying through. And Cryptic steps forward for one. Still 2 players in the B site. This should be impenetrable, you think, but Grizz picks up the op. And do they commit to B here is the question. Now, you do have Rush in middle, but he can't catch the bomb. Oh, Clasia does instead. And that leaves it to Grizz. 15 seconds, needs to get his running shoes on, jumping, working those quads. He gets up to the A site for the plant. 1v3 with the up. He needs an ace clutch, but he does this on the regular. He's going to scope up for Cat instead, now moving between each and every angle, but didn't hit the initial. Do you think he had a chance there? Maybe he did.
I did, man. Especially with the confidence in which he took that peek towards Cat. Now, an op 1v3 wasn't an ideal situation for Grizz, but if he had an AK like that, and the moves that he made to actually get the numbers punched in, I start to believe a little bit. It's Grizz in the server. 25 kills. I think he'd be crazy not to with what some of these rounds have looked like for Marsborne. They use their overtime timeout. Well placed here. This T side has been, you know, rounds few and far between. To close out and get into OT, it's required your opponent missing and you connecting on some tough shots, some unlikely shots. But you've been able to buy enough time to get here in the second half. How do you punish the secondary? That's going to be a big question, especially if Peeping is playing as confident as he is.
Oh, yeah, that was only the first round of overtime, and it felt like it took an eternity. Peeping. Secondary op. Walking up the tunnels. And, oh, that spam is monstrous from Clasia. That's why you spam 4 bullets at a time and not 3.
First is pretty easy though. There's the bomb spotted in long doors, and Wolfie, knowing that he needs to stay alive with it as his teammates scale up catwalk. But again, there's question marks as to how you get involved here. But they'll allow Wolfie to escape and get up catwalk, crucially. Start the conversation of getting those numbers punched in. There's a whole arsenal of utility left in CT spawn though that you also have to get past, and it's doing damage.
Chop does have this re-smoke for Cat. Where does he want to put this? Will we just let Wolfie hold it? And he's keeping players away off of the site, where more critically, the CTs move forward. Minus with 1. Out in the open, though, is Modem. And now, 2 players from Catwalk, but that's a great shot from Chop. Now, who's going to get on the bomb? It's double ops here. Clasia with the first. That smoke's no good, though. Chop moves past anyways, and Wolfie has to jump through. Oh, and he gets him off! He gets him off! And that's it! No time! Both ops can't hold off one!
Oh my god. How do you make that work, man? And for a missed opportunity in that regulation on the A side, a 1v1 versus Clasia that Wolfie maybe should have claimed. That one is one he shouldn't have, and it's returned right back into Marsborne's favor, and not the first 1v3 that's felt impossible for Wolfie either.
Oh my goodness.
How did he make that? How did he avoid the shots? How did he get away with it? Nouns are just left fielding constant frustration. Now it's going to be delayed long hit here. Cryptic would be staring directly into this flashbang.
This shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. They're going to send in Grizz first, as they do. And there you go. 2 players holding down the doors, and that's what's going to happen. Wolfie with 2, but a minute to sort out this 1v3. And Junior misses. Here's a molly. You don't have a smoke for that. Teammate does, though. So Wolfie is just gonna walk, Glock in hand, and go inside of the smoke. Oh, and he's gonna get the kill. Wolfie's up for it. Here comes an HE, though. He survives. There's no way. He knows Classia is on Cat.
Peeping's terrified to push as well, understandably so. He's already onto the site,
Oh
and he
my
sees
God.
Classy. Now he's got a headshot angle, and he has to escape.
Molly.
There's a molly.
Molly, he has to run forward. He has to run forward. Wolfie. Does he have an op headshot in him? No, there's no way he knows where Classy is. He should know. Now he definitely knows. He's got it! He's got it! Wolfie's on for the 1v5! He has to run to the B site, though. He's out in the open. Peeping sees him, but doesn't matter. Wolfie's gonna keep on going. He's gonna keep running. He's down into B. 5 seconds. 4, he's got it. He's up for the plant. And the 1v5 in overtime.
Reload the op.
Peeping has an HE. Here's the issue. Oh, and Wolfie has to think so much, but Peeping's gonna make noise? Oh my god, where will this HE go? That is the question. That is everything. Flashbang over top. Is he even gonna use it? I don't think so. Wolfie's gonna play back behind the big box, jumping forward, Peeping. Oh, he loses it! The 1v5 from Wolfie! Lead for Marsborne!
2 impossible rounds brought to you by Wolfie. How does he get away with it? Nouns are left rattled, and Wolfie is invincible.
Oh my god. I can't believe it happened. I thought it couldn't.
Everyone from Nouns just in sheer terror of this guy. No one wanted to fight him. And so Wolfie battled them instead. Okay. These guys want to go to Dallas. Jump into pit, though. And it's Wolfie.
6 kill in a row.
That's an easy count.
Count that Nouns would like to forget here. I'm starting to feel counted out at the moment. Have to leave long. Make the massive T-spawn rotation here. Fortunately for them, at least Classy has been containing space in tunnels. And a pretty tough task ahead of Chop here. There is no support system for him. Other than a position here close by from Minus on the secondary.
And pop up. Oh, he's been seen. He's in trouble. Here comes 2 mollies to him. And he's dead instantly. Now, Minus, though, posts up with 1 AWP shot. Sees Classia in the tunnels. Smoke to the door. And now Classia stuck inside tons. The USP will run him down. Wolfie now a 7 kill streak. Does he have any more? Does he have another superhuman clutch? Runs out. He got the first. There's no way. There is no way he's going to do it to them again. Wolfie facing down yet another clutch. Sees Rush, lands the dink, and he will be put down. The rampage is over.
Oh my god. You want to look away. You want to look away because you think it's impossible. You can't do it again. And he almost makes it happen. Starts it, looks to close it. Finally, you have to require a little bit of that veterancy from Rush to shut down Wolfie. To tame the flame. We got a T-side double op here. Everyone's opping right now. Rush look good here. Peeping will connect. Back onto Grizz once more.
They're going to the B site anyways, though that op pick doesn't seem like it matters. Now they're in. Chop spins back for the kill. Do you cancel the hit? No, they want to keep going. Chop out from Car. Double swing. Perfect entry from Classia. It's looking like map point again for Nouns.
Got That double op is going to be expensive here in overtime. So Wolfie looking like he's holding steady. Meanwhile, bottom's not by any means safe. But it'll secure Nouns a chance, a shot. Taking us the distance once again and deny Marsborne the opportunity of putting themselves on a series point. Here in overtime, it has been the Wolfie show for them to win rounds. But at the moment, this B-side faltering in a couple of rounds in a row is going to continue to be a problem that they've got to figure out in the next.
I'm still a little shook.
Yeah, I mean, that first half of OT, man. Wolfie's going to be watching that back for the rest of his life. The amount of clutches that you win. Every right move, 1v5.
Rips a guy off the bomb for the win. He had a 1v3 and then a 1v5 back to back.
Yeah.
And then nearly a 1v2.
That would have been 3 in a row. That's a 1v10 right there, if you count them up.
Literally 1v9.
Still Nouns that are in a position of power here, despite all of Wolfie's heroics. This time, they're not going to mess with the op pick towards long. Junior this time posted over as peeping has been in the past. Wolfie trying to once again give themselves a foundation here. Set it up with support. A little elevated boost here, but all the targets set. Flying up catwalk.
Molly's no good. Or is it?
It's very good.
Okay. I thought that was a fadeaway Molly was going to fall short. Instead,
Yeah, a little backspin.
on the money.
Didn't help that Wolfie found himself trapped either. Takes half his HP, but it doesn't look like he's lost any of the confidence to initiate on this round, so in an attempt to regain some long control, they're moving pretty quickly. It's so much trust in Marsborne with the difficulties they faced. Towards B to still stack this much presence towards long, but it might work wonders for them.
Grizz just keeps fighting anyways. Now Cryptic's in CT spawn, but what is he gonna do? Still 2 A-site defenders. Oh, they don't know he's in spawn. Oh, and what a shot there from peeping. That is a huge kill. Cryptic doesn't even need to play his hand.
I want to go back to B, it seems. Cryptic's got a freebie.
Hi there. And probably the round win straight up. Chop
God.
Chop couldn't see him. Now critically, Wolfie. He has a player pinned.
Cool.
There he goes. Underhand flash, baby. We're going for quick scopes. And he's got it. 2v2. Chop now coming in through the tunnels. Could be on a flank. That's not prepared for peeping. Tucks away backside. Now he sees the player in tunnels. But he converts the kill anyways. It's up to Classia, back of the big box. It's Wolfie in a clutch again. To stay alive in the map, not today. Classia puts down the rampage, and we need nuke.
Classia might just be the anti-Wolfie. Wins 2 1v1s up against him in this half when all else failed for Nouns. A couple of clutches coming through from Classia to deny access, deny the availability of that. Shut down some of those clutches from Wolfie as well, so we'll see if that carries forward. I'm interested to see the mindset that Nouns find themselves in here on Nuke. There we go.
Maybe not proud, but
Relieved, maybe.
relieved, I think is definitely the word here. Again, they're without funding at the moment, so they're playing for a bit of that confidence. Obviously, Nouns a very unique organization in how they operate. And we'll see if they can deliver something here. Classia tested, but met with the next generation. It's Grizz, but too many dualies in front of him, and, well, that's going to be the round. The dualies get 4 down in control, and while Marsborne get a plant, that's it.
Yeah, that's just a simple numbers game right there, right? Gotta have as many dual Berettas out into the mix as you can. Able to bring that to the table right there. Fantastic work on the retake effort. Making sure that that control position, which is so valuable in this post plants, is contained. And asking of the mindset there of Nouns. As they win the pistol, not afraid to showboat it. To take it into this decider here of Nuke. Rub it in a little bit. Take a victory lap on the pistol round, but it is just the pistol round. Then you're met by a force buy. So how long can they remain on this lap?
That jump spot gets the information Minus needs. It's just going to be annoying around these outside smokes. Modern as well, top mini. Pressure put on. That forces Nouns to play in the A site and just tucked away more so than battling up her outside. Minus gets down secret. That is some sort of success. We'll see what Marsborne want to do with it.
Yeah, getting down secret silently is going to be massive there. No rotations. Now you get to cut off any of those, the support system from vents. That is the plan here. It actually might look like he was just springing into the action, throwing a smoke down as well.
That's
you have to
nice.
feel like Nouns are like getting suffocated here. They have to fight back for this map control. It's going to trigger some sort of reaction here.
It has. It already has. There's no one actually playing on the A site. Rush will drop down. We're going to go down the vent. An attempt is made, but Peeping instead just reveals his position. Headshot delivered. Minus did go down on that B site. Junior falls next, though. Dink landed. Does Wolfie want to go back up the vents? He does, but it's going to be right into Rush. Waiting outside. There's a trade. And with 10 seconds on the clock, Chop's going to get that thing planted.
Bomb has been planted.
There's one thing, though. They don't know Cryptic actually followed them down the vents, so he can go up relatively safe. Oh, my goodness. I'm seeing this play. You seeing what I'm seeing? You're seeing Chop going for the around-the-world play, but this is not going to really work, or it might.
No
they don't have kits. Oh, my goodness. Glacia will convert that one. Now the ideas are up towards heaven, but fake defuse. They can't keep faking this. Chop is going to come through on the backstab, and he doesn't get him off the ball. The Glacia's got the cover, and they win the round.
Oh, and it's more of the same here. This is why we needed a third map. We need these impossible clutches. Last second, just survive. Clench your teeth round wins.
I've never seen a game like this. You guys are watching insanity. Oh my god, every round is electric.
Oh,
I love Counter-Strike.
I mean, that was definitely the most, like, on my seat I've been for these qualifiers, right? You're just constantly watching these unreal matchups here.
You know, we're pretty used to this qualifier riffraff. We've been doing this for a couple years. But, I have not commentated a game like this.
Just constant heroic clutches. Who can be called upon next? Classy's consistent in that department,
Oh
but
my god.
no rounds easy here, it seems. Constantly having to work through it. Junior gonna get overwhelmed.
Or is he? Support is there. Glacia's here. Mask in a cape. 3-0 for Nouns.
Glacia sure has been here. This is more like it. Maybe it's taking him a little bit to warm up with this squad. And he has been playing some, like, very heavy anchoring roles here. That B side of Dust 2, an example of that. When he gets the opportunity to unleash some of that firepower, man. That's when we can witness why he's been trusted with so many different chances here on the team in the past.
Oh!
Wow.
Well, that's some demo watching there from Minus. Junior. That's an easy shot. And Rush converts his. Keeping the A site stable. Allowing safe passage into secret.
Done crossing in effectively. Gonna queue up that classy rotate. All the while you have Minus on this lurking effort, but not for too long. And that kill right there, it's got to force their hands into the lower site where Classia does remain, and he has been steady as can be.
It's in control room. This is gonna be a surprise. You'd have to think, but Modem wins the fight.
Bomb has been planted.
Silent walk to single door, though, for Rush. Jump up for Wolfie. And he gets into safe position. Real difficult angle to deal with for the op. The one that Wolfie's in.
Just want to go for this. That's a good
Junior
ball.
has a molly. It's an excellent molly. But the MP9's not the weapon for it. It's down to Wolfie. And he will take down Junior, who took out the pistol to try and make that one happen. Not today.
Oh no, he body slammed, but he didn't get the off.
Ah, God! Come on! Oh, man.
They get to rub it in. You know, if he had his knife out, I almost guarantee he gets that. But hey, maybe it's worth it, right? They revenge from the pistol.
I could put my hand on my heart and sing the Pledge of Allegiance, that one. Proud to be an American. Body spam over the op.
I mean, that's just textbook, really.
See, in EU, they forget to defuse, but... Shoutouts, Kenny S.
G2 legacy right there. Junior and his scout has been so impressive. Can he continue to bring that up?
I will give it to him. He's a body shot king.
Yeah, he doesn't go for the headshots all that often. He connects every once in a while, but it is definitely the body shot bandit. Oh, the scout. Hey, and honestly, anyone that's too good at landing headshots with the scout should be a red flag for USM. You're supposed to be aiming for the body. Bigger targets here. This does Classia. Connects on the chop there. And extra support as well. Cryptic a little scared off by his teammates waiting for Junior to get involved, but you've already won the ramp duel here.
But the biggest thing, though, is you have Minus working outside. He's not looking towards Under Heaven, though. I feel like he should be with the double ramp. That a wide swing with the USB, because why not? And Wolfie's done. Oh, and we're going back. Everyone, when you see that, you put your hand on your heart, and you realize you recognize your home country. Whatever state you're from. The East, Midwest, Mountain Time, and Pacific. We all body spam here. It just flows through my vein, the patriotism.
The body spam is beautiful. Just glad to see it. I mean, especially in this series here, where it almost feels, you know, not only a marathon of a day of Counter-Strike here, both these teams opening up their series with losses. So now it becomes a mental battle as well. And just trying to get that extra edge by offering up a little bit of frustration. Get your opponent to shake a little bit. Whatever it takes to give yourself that advantage. Because at this point, again, you're just fighting for your life.
This is qualification to Dallas. This is North America's premier tournament.
Whatever it takes to give yourself that advantage. At this point, again, you're just fighting for your life.
This is qualification to Dallas. This is North America's premier tournament. Nouns were there in 2024. That is not the time to quick switch. It's not going to cost him. It's a team kill instead from Rush. And Wolfie, wait, he's on the A site with the bomb. He's going to get overwhelmed, and minus outside. Does he have a 1D? Get him? Looking like no. Classy has got him locked in. 5-1 here for Nouns. Did Marsborne miss their best chance on Dust 2?
Yeah, Rush said you can't quick switch there. I must punish you.
you should have died. I'll make sure that happened. Rush, the experienced vet, teaching the new ones what should actually happen.
This is how we did it in the olden days, right there. You didn't get punished by the enemy team, we'd make sure to punish you in the scrims. Treat you like a real EU boot camp.
Expendable these guys are. Made out as an example for the others. We've got Nouns. 5-1 here. Little outside setup where you have one player back garage. Second player in secret can activate off of that. Minus would be in big trouble if he tries to push forward here.
There's just so many CTs ready to spring into action. Containing that out of yard control. I thought maybe he was going to try and cross with those smokes up, but instead a more passive play. With all the attention put towards that out of yard, Classia under hot water in the ramp room right now. And towards ramp, they eventually fade away. Not too keen on sticking around to get those rotates, and now it's back towards that A side.
There we go. Peeping close, squeaky door. First kill's good, but quick trade from Wolfie. Now Minus outside has the secret 1v1. That leaves Cryptic in a literal 1v4, and he falls at the first target. Minus still in this locked-in battle.
Whoa.
In the meantime, Junior just... Rush... Classia is... I'm so confused. Where are we right now? Classia! There's no way he's about to line up this clutch. I don't even know what's happening, where people are dying, but Classia almost clutched there. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, somehow the confusion there for Marsborne almost cost him. There's a very fast double flank rolling through the lobby that created a lot of that chaos, but I gotta give some credit there. That's much better from Marsborne overall. A great call out in that T side, manipulating the rotates so effectively, keeping a player tucked in towards secret. Then, on top of that, getting that double ramp setup. So collecting those rotates and then executing A. That is about as textbook as it gets right there. And getting into a bomb site. You can see, I mean, how overwhelmed Cryptic was eventually.
And Minus doing good work outside, just keeping one player occupied. Initially, I thought Nouns were going to stick to retake A the whole round. I just saw 3 players committed outside, just peeping in towards Mini, but instead you see 2 defenders play more committed positions, so it's just a weak site with no backup plan.
This double aggression right now rolling through for the CT side. It's the rifles that lead the charge, though. Do they figure out Grizz? Not quite. Classia, not enough diligence, and Grizz will instantly dismiss that pressure. Marsborne getting back into the swing of things here on this T side. 2v5. Cryptic and Rush left to try and save this one. Rush only with the, well, now an AWP. I don't know where he must have found that from Junior's body. But I think the real person under the microscope is Cryptic at the moment.
And he's good for one. He's left to fend off 3 more attackers.
Ooh.
There's no way we're going... No, we're going back up heaven. We are
Rush gonna do
overcooking
about
this. We are overcooking this. All right, Rush finds the one. There's no way he's ready for job.
He should know. I mean, he threw the utility from heaven.
Oh my god. Chop being scoped in. I think this is an advanced way to save here for Rush, though. Smoke deployed. And he is out of there. Are we... Okay. Are we going up vents? Are we... How are we going to lose this round? Like, how many ways can we find out?
Yeah, let's try and put this into a 1v1 in some form or fashion.
just to keep up continuity. Yes.
As you said, an advanced way to save here. I haven't seen too many of these. Another NA principle here. Hold on to the weaponry here. Going for clutches. But that one's just way too bleak to really make happen.
Terrorists win.
Grizz with a massive punish right there, right? That's the key detail. Having him open up and deal with the double push. Incredible value. Then Wolfie just went in a head-to-head versus Junior's op. That hero op that they put a lot of investment into in this round. Gets bested by the rifle of Wolfie.
So, Junior outside, back garage with the off. Cryptic. He's got a saved AK, and he's gonna put it to work. First kill's good, but doesn't have the headshot on the bottom.
Flash
Then
does
there's-
not connect onto Junior right there.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Got Rush rotated down as well here in a pretty forward-facing angle at the moment.
Just needs to go for one. I think that's all he's going to be happy with. Now Classy also following up. Rush tucked in the corner. Will he be cleared? Yes. Instant headshot for Chop. And now Classy with just an USP in the middle of the open. He nearly gets one. Took a bit of work there from Chop. Next challenger, peeping.
And he's got a upgrade, P250 instead of just the USP.
He's also got an easy first target. Wants to switch up the angle, though. He's worried about single as time progresses.
They have to break the glass or open the door, one or the other, right? So no matter what the case is, it's going to be a sound cue. It's going to give peeping the idea.
Util sets. Peeping's
Single
gonna play
door.
close to the door. Here we go. It's all on this. Door doesn't quite open all the way. Well, Wolfie gets it. Either way. Junior's gonna save this op.
Bomb has been planted.
Or is he?
Or maybe just going in towards T-spawn instead.
Yeah.
He's still worried about that outer yard lurk.
Yeah, I
Just wander around
suppose
initially. So just switching things up a little bit on this save. Couple of quick kills there out of the 2 players with the firepower. Everyone else struggling a little bit in that department, but hey, free flashbang while he's at it. Marsborne move on up here, handling pressure. As you know, tense as it looks in some of these like 2v3s, you can definitely see Marsborne doing their due diligence when it comes down to capitalizing on those advantages. You know, scary in some scenarios, but they're so good at gathering info, getting their executes, getting their utility off in those 2v3s, 3v3 situations, and also diligent on the clears as well. hoping for Cryptic to get active once again.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah. Oh, what a shot though from Modem. Top ropes there of the silo. And Classia empties his mag just
They never
as
saw this pressure coming through from Minus.
he gets outside. And
Classia had to have registered that, right?
yeah, it looks like he did. Oh, he saw the shoulder. Classia into the angle and couldn't convert. Shot though with the 1-for-1 trade in hut. Falling to CT vent and still top of hut is peeking the nade. Won't catch Shop. He's still up for it. He drops down the vent. Junior, you gotta hit this. He's got the USB. And he's got it locked in. Just flops over there for Chop. And Nouns are getting back into it. With around that, again, Marsborne had the positional advantage, just couldn't convert.
Yeah, I mean, needed a couple of kills to go their way, right? You have to be able to capitalize with Minus's position. But Classia is fearless, man. That fight that he takes to, you know, swing like that alone is just nothing but exuding confidence. No utility, no rotations asked for. Just going to trust his aim that he's going to win that duel. And when Minus loses all that map control, all that positioning, it has to have restructured whatever they had fucked up here. Now Minus not going to be spotted again.
He's around the edge of the smoke here in garage, and oh, he's gone to garage again. He keeps making the same move, and he gets the kill.
That's just got to be infuriating for Cryptic there. Surprised once more, this time by Minus.
Junior, come on, you gotta hit this. No, he doesn't.
No way.
Down to 34, come on. We joked about the win condition being Junior missing, and it's jokes have a little bit of reality in them.
That's why they're so funny, but this is not funny for Nouns. In these positions to capitalize. I'm missing out on this collection. It's gonna be another save. This time, I mean, I guess you don't really have all the money in the world. There's also next round, last of half. And so as he shows early, I mean, you can't really save safely anywhere else. He's 34 HP, so it's either going to be them or the bomb that closes out on his location.
Oh, he's so done. He's in a max security prison right now. He's got 4 players. Get back to your cell, Junior. 6-5. Marsborne closing down the gap.
And for a T side that I kind of highlighted was a bit of a struggle to bring in some range. When you need someone to make your T sides dynamic, it's Minus right now. You know, not only is he being able to sneak down the vents, find a little bit of impact there, rather sneak down the secret side, find impact in that department, but now he's working that outer yard, scaling in towards heaven if he can, and finding ways to create chaos in the CT side. I mean, could be even better if he was connecting on shots more comfortably. That's not even in his department right now. That's not in his wheelhouse, but that last way that he starts it off, the way that he's getting past the utility, the HEs that are being exploded open. So much value in being able to communicate and then allow for, you know, Wolfie to call these rounds from that point forward. This time with the cross smokes and only a single HE on rush, it's gonna mean find some coverage, but it's fast towards
Minus is back again in towards Mini. Excellent entry from Grizz. That's the follow-up, and we've had a lot of team kills this map so far. I think that's our 3rd one. but doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. Looks like Marsborne are gonna see themselves to a 6-6 half. Cryptic just gets fully blinded by his teammate. And it wasn't really meant to be. All right, for the culture, Classia runs out there and feeds a kill back to Modem, and that has us at a 6-all game, down 5-1. Marsborne found their win condition, and it might have been Junior missing a couple op shots. And Marsborne, down 5-1 initially, had some really strong A-side executes. They may have come close to overcooking a couple rounds, but at the end of the day, they got it across the line. Fine, Joe McCall, Extra McHenry. We got Dallas on the line for both of these two teams, and elimination for the other.
Yeah, the lower bracket run is a bit of a common theme for a lot of these teams in the qualifiers, so obviously you want to start it now, but you have to stay alive here for this map 3. See who's going to do that in the second half. Junior taps him out with the USP, but the rest of the team is available. Minus with 3 kills on the pistol, and a late play from Classia that is a non-starter.
Minus had a little bit of struggles in that initial first half. Had some kills on the advanced lurk that he could have converted, but when faced off against multiple targets, when he's really locked in for the fight, when he has the target in front of him, he is very strong.
I think you know, even despite a bit of lack of numbers, there was a lot of impactful moments in position that he was able to gather for his team as well. So now if you can start to gain some confidence and connect on these freebies, which is exactly what he's doing here. It's
exactly what he's doing here.
here.
Exactly what he's doing.
He's just thinking, how can I give Chop the most money with those MP9s?
Putting the
That's a
army
good
in
teammate.
Salvation Army, giving money to his teammates. Right there.
There you go.
He's the one fighting there for the charity. We got 8-6 to start off. Bonus round coming up. And Nouns on their first full buy.
See that being brought out quickly here for this T side. What's the move? They can get into gear. That's
Beautiful.
a nice one. Galacia levels out. There's more resistance offered here. Punished though, as Junior bested and the sounds
Okay.
completely folded over.
Terrorists win.
The CTs get eliminated by the minute 32 mark.
They pushed
they
on
lost.
every extremity.
The round is over in under 20 seconds. This game keeps delivering in the ways you're not ready for.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a huge curveball from Marsborne. They push every extremity, see what they can't find, and they do it. What felt like one at a time as well.
They lost every duel, all right? Like, they just went for 5 50-50 duels and lost every single one of them. Very unfortunate.
They should run it back so they can win this round. That's how
Yeah.
that works.
Keep gambling, folks. This is not... I'm not an authority on this topic. This is, yeah, exactly. Oh, what a shot from Beeping.
That's a disgusting opener right there. Down to 6 HP, but it's going to continue the lack of, you know, connection here from Minus in this outer yard in the second half on the CT side. Now doing it not just on the bonus here, but again in this round. Finding that kill always really nice. Now what do you do with the space that's afforded to you here on this T side? They're going to walk it out secret.
This is hard.
I think you're right.
Modem should be able to hear that from the CT vent.
Not seeing a lot of map movement. They are at least pushing lobby, though. That could be the reaction. Such a good position from Rush, though. He's dancing around the edges. Unseen, but not for too long.
Yeah, that's the lobby lurk, and that should raise the alarm. This is a B play. But Classy is still walking outside. He gets one pick, but quickly traded. Now what? Drops the vents. Success. 10 seconds, and bomb to be planted. Junior in the open, and they've just finagling around for too long. Everyone dies.
It just was so awkward there for Nouns. It looked like maybe someone forgot that they had the bomb. And it buys time for Wolfie to roll all the way back through ramp. There's no safety in a post plant, and you know, maybe the concerns were talking through some of the situations here. What were they vulnerable to with 10 seconds left in the plant? But all of that lack of decision making cost them severely. And that I think that communication breakdown has flared up quite a bit throughout these first two series for Nouns.
I think after... Oh, we have Junior with the opener, but quickly going to be traded. Bottom, top of hut. Rush does have Minus in the open, though. And a kill quickly back. I mean, talking about that previous round, I assume when Classy gets that kill, the call is to go back up the vents, then he dies. Then what? They're like, well, we have to go back B. I assume that's what caused the hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, very likely, right there. It's one of those things where maybe too much communication rolling out for Nouns. You know, either way, those sort of backbreaking mistakes, you can't afford to let linger Fortunately for them, they're still able to bring out an incredibly effective buy, including an AWP that opens up the round.
It's looking like a vent drop. And it will be Classia to find Modem. Riz. Not perfect on the spray there. Needed that first bullet headshot. Not today, and oh, hi there.
Bomb has been planted.
I'm Wolfie, I use an
Surprise.
op.
He's also
think that-
Wolfie, I like to clutch.
I
There's two
renamed.
You gotta feed two wolves here.
There are two wolves inside of you. I like to op and I like to clutch. He
That's
does
really
clutch
hard.
with the op from time to time as well.
Yeah. Both those wolves get fed. Both well fed here. This time a save of the AWP, especially in this moment here where there's no tools behind it. All the better. The acrobatics here for this G-side. Cryptic ties it to the bomb. But now it's keeping things competitive here. The back and forth remains, and I'll tell you what. Now it's got a little bit of an uphill battle here for sure in the second half. They're not willing to call it quits just yet. How they're fighting back in some of these rounds. The way that they started off as soon as they got those rifles out has to be a big confidence booster. But timeout called from Nouns into a Marsborne force buy as well. This is giving them time to discuss what they want to do with these MP9s. How are they going to make it work? What do you have planned out here with this risky investment here for Marsborne?
So the fun part is that Wolfie has an outside spawn. I'm looking at the minimap, just like, you gotta zoom in for that one. Full screen, everybody.
Jarvis enhance.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Cole. But Wolfie has the outside spawn. I wonder if they're gonna do anything with that. Did we just run it over to red? They've been throwing outside smokes and putting limited pressure there. But it looks like Wolfie's actually taking this elsewhere, so... More standard approach here for the AWP, stacking up the A site with MP9s.
Ooh, he's straight down into secret right now. He's running on the warpath. So, I mean, end up in the same direction, right? Just a bit of a different approach here. A little bit of flare, a little bit of flash could go a long way. They're going to try and punish it as Wolfie, desperate for a fight, going to be met by a molly, but he does collect. He gets rush.
Big opener. Knows he wants to make that op work. Problem, it's stuck down in the low site. It'll be hard to find activity for it. Nouns are gonna go elsewhere. Oh boy. Peeping. Up in heaven. Gotta clear this angle perfectly. And he does. Headshot not even needed. Chomp now, needing to make moves on that A site. He's gonna drop into his smoke and meet Classia. But Minus is making a move right back. He jumped up on the AC unit and got two. Keeps the round live. Modem as well. The vent rotation is available for him.
Can't get caught in this trap of overthinking these rounds here.
20
They're trying
seconds.
to bait in a reaction, but like you said, time is going to be of essence.
20 seconds, no util. Silent drop for Cryptic. Oh, they just gotta be so worried about everything. Plant on the A site.
Bomb has been planted.
We're going to have a hard time getting involved up the vents here as well. Got to provide even more challenges.
Classia worried about vents. Cryptic watching lobby. Oh, Classia looking up towards heaven. It could be a terrible timing. But it is not. Wolfie. Here's some drop top hut. It's a tough shot. I think it is time to save. Down the vents we go. And he will end the round where he started it. Back in secret. Nouns up to 9.
Yeah, a little resistance offered up by Minus and Wolfie to start the round off, but Cryptic and Classia composed in that clutch. As we said, you know, there's a good 20 seconds left when they're sitting around towards heaven, but they chose the best route into that A side with the positioning to close out that round. Make sure that things don't get out of control. It's another Wolfie op. The force buy does get sidelined, and this is Nouns in a prime opportunity to claim a lead. Can they capture this moment? A reverse sweep, a monumental effort required on Dust too to close out that map. Deny Wolfie the success story of all those clutches. And now a defensive half here on Nuke where things look like they could be tough, but this T side is leveling up just when it's needed.
Player's about to swing from hell, and Wolfie's good again for another opener. The issue is pistols, but there's a follow-up. Chop finds a kill outside, but Grizz goes
on the lower site.
Okay, he's arrived in time. Opens up the double doors, but no one moves through because they're out on the A site instead. The thing is Chop is still alive. He needs to be active with this AK.
Oh, and he gets flanked. Junior surfaces up the secret eventually. And Wolfie left in a very familiar position. Gonna give this one more of a go. Classia might entice him forward. Oh, he peeks right into it.
Oh no. Cryptic now has to worry about tons of things, but sharp shot from Junior. Puts down those pistols and Wolfie to save again. Wolfie not without impact. Kept this round alive and possible.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of credit to give to him right now. If you're constantly left to save these ops, I will always forgive you if you're constantly also finding the openers.
Yeah.
He's going say game time as much as possible. You can say all of that, but he is putting himself in powerful positions, opening up the round. Still on like the MP9s and 5.7s to close it, which is not an easy task, but Wolfie's still figuring out ways to open up these rounds.
Yeah. Kind of centering the round around himself. Doing great work. It's back outside again, but this is looking like a top hit all the way.
Just like a pace change here, a little bit of a reroute here. See if Marsborne can calculate what the play is next.
Here it
got a
comes.
good defense prepared.
Yeah, Bottom though with the first double. Now Chop. Between the smoke and the molly, but Classia with the entry.
Looks like Classia just trying to will this series right now. This T side looking in tip-top shape, and this time they get the bomb planted with some comfortable post plants. Junior has the backside covered, and Wolfie not able to connect through the smoke.
No util to force any fights either. Minus just has to walk out dry and somehow get these kills. And that's where it's time to call it. Smoke in towards Mini will lock it in. Another save for Wolfie. I mean, I feel like it really just comes down to Chop there. If he stays alive, there's a chance of a retake.
Yeah, for a guy who's maybe been a little bit fearful of making those active plays in those mid rounds and those like late rounds. A lot of pressure to make a move, and Classia just says, hey, you should have stayed back. You should have hammered. And that's a really frustrating feeling if you're Chop. But what a great little pace change there. I mean, I know Cryptic on an individual front struggling a little bit, but that's such a perfect call. To throw an execute at that moment, a bit of a back-breaking round, and then have the execute efficiency to get the round done. I was going to put a lot of fear in Marsborne for the remainder of this half. Careful up against Wolfie's op. HE's blow open the smoke. Junior almost walks into it. But peeping's down secret here. And there's no rotate from the CT side. In fact, it's going to bait out a couple of rotates here. Wolfie and Chop heading in that direction. It's a game of timing down in towards this lower side, peeping and chop.
Ooh.
Bit of an unknown quantity.
Grizz has had a tough game. Just hasn't converted the gunfights. This might be it. He sees Cryptic pulling pins. That's the exec. And time for him to bail. Oh no, but Chomp. Shadow advantage is massive and did not account for the timing. And that puts Grizz. And oh my goodness, an impossible situation. He gets one out of it anyways. Wolfie arrives though with one. Does he want any more? He's gonna keep swinging the sight, but he just misses. And then Peeping lines them all up. 3K gets every single player. They all stack on a dog pile there. And Nouns are still in contention to fight for back-to-back appearances at Dallas.
Yeah, they tried to tush push that door open right there. They couldn't get that one down range. Just end up falling over each other. As Nouns have got themselves series point here in map 3, a reverse sweep. One that you can be proud about if you're Calasia stepping up, standing in for this squad. Now Peeping, bringing that round through. Having a step up from him. And Nouns with their second opportunity, their second chance, their chance at redemption in the Dallas qualifier, shutting down the team that I said was full of redemption opportunities here. Looking to send them packing in this closed qualifier.
And they're already out of tools. They've got 2 smokes at the minute mark. Very little CT side map control. Minus just playing passive. If standard protocol is followed here, Minus should be in trouble. So good spam from Grizz, keeps them on notice, and Minus does deliver from the red box. He finds a second. Again, Minus, when the targets are right in front of him, he's good. Gets a third.
Oh my goodness.
Huge round.
A big confidence builder here. Minus, as you said, he's so capable of bringing through those sort of defensive rounds. He's maybe not always had those numbers, though, here in this map. But what a time to come alive here. As soon as Nouns are looking to close this thing out, he comes through with 3. Shuts down the game plan. A little credit to Grizz as well while we're at it. I think, you know, just a little bit of smoke spam drawing the attention. Throwing the aim off a little bit goes a long way as well. So good reposition there from Grizz to help out. Support that setup. As Marsborne going to move up to double digits. They're going to come through here. Junior risking dying after time, but there's plenty of money to go around. Oh, good. In that department here. Marsborne still kicking here. They're not done just yet.
All it takes is one round for Grizz to wake up as well. I mean, we know what he's capable of. Also, just had a very difficult CT side. I think he was 6 and 8. He was doing okay on the TN and still found some impact.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, talk about map 1.
You can continue to heat up like that. That's going to go a long way for Marsborne trying to take it into overtime, pull back a comeback in their own right. What happened on Dust 2 for Nouns to hang in there. They got 2 chances to close out the series, a position that Marsborne have yet to find themselves in despite such a lead.
Looking like just yet another top hit. Modem held fast here before. And there's 3 players in defense. This is exactly what you want. Modem looking towards Squeaky, though they're already out. And Chop, top of the site. He's only good for 1, and that should end it. Chop let them out of the Squeaky, or rather the hut position.
Bomb has
A 2v4 retake should just be impossible. A good flashbang. But Grizz can't activate enough off of it. Somehow, a miracle is going to be needed. From the 2-star riflers of Marsborne. Linus does walk out. But doesn't check his back. And Grizz will falter. Marsborne will not be heading to IEM Dallas. And Nouns will keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, make it to day 2 here. That's always a crucial task. It looked a little bit shaky in their opening best of 3 there versus Boss, and then that carries forward into the opening map into this series. But making it into day 2, giving yourself a chance, a repeat opportunity to make it into IEM Dallas is what they set their targets on. And the way that they showed up in crunch time, the way that they closed out Dust 2, a little bit messy, but the second map and that T side called out from Cryptic there, brought together by Adren, that is a scary looking Nouns team that is eager to make it the distance.
Yeah, I mean, this Nouns team is fighting for a lot here. They just lost funding for themselves, and here a couple players are stepping up. Classy is trying to prove his worth, you know, trying to make his way back into the scene and actually, you know, push himself back into NA, back to the top here. And he certainly delivered, especially on this map of Nuke. The entries that he had on that T side to lock up this game were necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, he had so much impact in closing out that last map on Dust 2 and then carrying forward that. He definitely willed this series here for Nouns, and that's a really good sign from Classia here, because, you know, when he starts to take over in some of these qualifiers and gains this confidence, that is when he's at his most deadly. And I think you just saw in the last 2 maps of play here a very confident Classia compared to, you know, say the first 3 where he was struggling, he wasn't really getting active. It didn't seem like he was ever in a position to thrive. That wasn't the case there on Dust 2 and eventually, you know, Nuke. And again,